I'm really glad you took notice of that and actually did something, because that's one of the things that people really take for granted. They just like, oh.
Welcome to the vlog. Welcome to No Boring Days. Okay, I got the e-bike out. If you follow the vlog, I have a video about the Super73 China version. Came out a while back. This bike is not perfect, although I really like it. Like, I've been using it a lot for basically all of my commutes, but it's not perfect, so we're gonna have a few upgrades. Let me show you. Alright, so we're here in EMC Cebu. What's up, bye? I'm learning a whole bunch of things.
The unit's just piling up.
What are we doing exactly to my Super73 Emit version?
Well, we're doing three things. The easiest one, we're adding your tail light with a signal light.
Okay.
Which I absolutely love. I was about to not sell that to you.
Oh, please sell it to me.
So my additional stocks that will arrive in 3 weeks. So the next one is we're going to have the kickstand, which badly needs changing. And the third one, we're going to replace your non-hydraulic brakes to hydraulic electric brakes. So
perfect.
I emphasize the electric because you can replace it with hydraulic, but it doesn't have the cut-off function, which cuts off the motor when you're running, when you press the brakes. So this one, the one that I tried to find, is exactly that. It's electric.
So you can see my janky scotch tape thing there.
I'm really glad you took notice of that and actually did something, because that's one of the things that people really take for granted. They just like, oh, okay, it's fine, it's in there, it's not gonna get wet. But you know, when it's raining and then all the water's all over the place, you'll be surprised how water gets into the system.
I remember our conversation when we were talking about the bike, and you told me that water can get in, and then I'm like, yeah, no, that's something that I really need to take into account. This one especially, with the controls there, I don't want to put like a plastic thing. I mean, if I do, I want it to look nice.
Well, you can talk to 3D printers in Cebu if they can shape up something for you.
That's right.
Because what they did with the e-scooters is they got some guy to do the 3D printing. They have like a shell on top of the controls. Just these three things. The ones with the buttons, because if you see, there's no like sealing here.
Yeah.
This one is also not sealed type, so this water can get in here. And also this one, it looks sealed, but the gaps, the very tiny gaps here, that's where water can get in.
Yeah.
I never believe the shops that say that their bikes are water resistant, because they're not.
Yeah, I think that's a big thing with the e-bikes especially. So that's something that I definitely want to think about, because man, I am out rain or shine.
Right.
You know, sometimes.
With this one, it's generally okay, pero you still do need to cover this.
For the battery, you mean the battery?
What I would recommend is there's an online shop in Manila called Capotex.
Okay.
And what they do is they literally custom design covers for e-scooters where they cover the deck, the base part. So with this one, they use this. You can use that same raincoat material, and it seals over with a what you call this? Velcro. It seals over Velcro underneath, but
so it's like a bag.
It's sort of like a raincoat.
Okay.
Yeah, but you can ask them to custom design for you, or you can find somebody who makes raincoats. I don't know who does, but if you have a raincoat maker with the Velcro, you can just cover it like that. The idea is you just don't want water pouring over it and then seeping into the gaps that there might be here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and you want to protect the battery because the battery is the most expensive part.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm gonna do that. Raincoat.
Because the design gets ruined.
It's gonna look weird.
I know it does, but you know, sometimes you gotta protect your bike. We open the hub, we check the wires and everything.
Preventive maintenance.
Yes. Because we want to check if the wires get burnt, because sometimes you might not notice it. If like a broken wire and it's still running electricity and it's getting melted down already. So these are things that you need to check if you open up the bike. The minimum that you need to do for PMS for e-bikes or e-scooters especially is once a year. Minimum.
Minimum.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so let's get started. your bike. It's
So-
now hydraulic.
It's now hydraulic. And then you changed, oh, you added this.
That's the signal light. There are actually several kinds in the market, but I chose this one specifically because it has a sound.
Okay.
Because I really don't like it when you're pressing the signal light and you don't know if it's working or not. Which is what happened to I have like a signal light vest, which is very visible. But the problem is, if I'm pressing the button, I don't know if it's working. Unless somebody tells me. With this one, it's like if you press this one, and then you can also like hazard.
The signal light is connected to my battery also.
No, this is external. You'll need to charge this like once a week if you're very active in using it, or maybe once every 2 weeks in your case because you don't really use it a lot.
Yeah.
And the good thing about it being external, because in the future, if you do want to change it to something bigger or what, it's easier. The reason as well I don't want to attach to the battery because if you do need to change it, it's not a lot of work. If you do have something that's connected to your battery, that's a lot of wiring.
Yeah.
And the hydraulic one, my tech kept saying how nice it is.
Oh yeah, he likes it.
He really likes it. He likes the build. It's not like, you know, the thing that you want to watch out for with e-bikes is you don't want the really plasticky levers because that's the first one that usually breaks out. Or you also don't want that's really easily exposed metal, the thin ones, because rust eats up that part really fast. So this one's really good quality.
And you also put a nice kickstand.
Yes, a nice solid kickstand. The thing about kickstands is when you're doing like ordinary bikes, you want the lighter ones, right? This one's really solid. You need it. Bahala na it's heavy. It has to be heavy.
Oh yeah, it's a heavy bike.
Because the tendency is this part just gives way a lot.
That's true. That one gave way.
Yeah, and this one as well. If it's the thin type, this one like overextends. So this one's just perfect. And I adjusted the height just so that it stands a little bit slightly to the left, but it looks like it's standing straight.
Yeah.
So that you can have better pictures with this.
So I've ridden the bike a little bit and I'm pretty happy with the upgrades. The hydraulic brakes especially make the bike, it feels like a totally different bike. Breaking the mechanical brakes, like it would break, right? But it was very jarring. The hydraulic brakes have, you know, like what you're used to. Like I'm a bit spoiled because I have hydraulic brakes on all my bicycles. But even like if you're using a car, where you slightly press on the brakes, you can feel it's kind of stopping. So the hydraulic brakes feel that way. With the mechanical brakes, you pull it a little bit, doesn't feel like anything's happening, and then if you keep pulling it, at some point it just stops all of a sudden. It's very jarring. So it feels so much better. I feel a little safer with the signal lights. And the original kickstand that came with the bike was garbage. This one is so much better. It was surprisingly difficult finding a kickstand for this e-bike. All in all, I am pretty happy with the upgrades. I feel a lot safer too, which is the main point of all of this. Alright, I usually do bicycle videos. If you want to see more of that, check out the channel and subscribe. No boring days.